We're here for the 10-year anniversary of Busch Gardens Williamsburg's Food and Wine Festival on opening weekend. They have over 150 international foods at 16 different stands across the park.
We each have 15 item sampler passes. We're going to see how many food stands we can hit and food items we can try on Saturday of this opening weekend. Are you ready to start?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Seriously?
Welcome back to another fun-packed day with AMA Adventures. We're here on this beautiful Saturday to drink some delicious drinks and eat some awesome food at our home park. We started our day today at around 11 o'clock and are on our way to pick up our physical food and wine passes. To get this, you're going to want to head past the Globe Theater on your left and past Big Ben in front of you to the Squire's Grill. Here you will find the Welcome Center sign. Be patient and may not open directly at 11:30. Our first stop today is going to be Italy. At the filming of this video, the bridge in Italy was actually closed, so we started here to make a complete circle around the park. To get here, you want to go past Pompeii, through San Marco, past the battering ram and the flying machines, and it will be right there on your right. So the Food and Wine Festival will run from April 27th till June 11th. It is going to be every Thursday through Sunday, plus May 29th, which is a Monday, and that is Memorial Day. It will run each of these days from 11:30 to 30 minutes before the park closes. There are 4 different ways to enjoy the Food and Wine Festival. There is a 10-item sampler for $65 a person, 15-item sampler for $85 a person, a food and wine guided tour for $200 a person or $169 for past members, or all of the stands a la carte style. The first station that we're going to visit today is the Italy station. They're going to have 2 vegetarian options in fettuccine alfredo and caprese, a giant meatball, lemon ricotta cake, 2 different kinds of wines, and 2 cordials. Okay, so we're back. I tasted the caprese. They sprinkled pesto all over it. Put a lot of balsamic on there, and I love balsamic. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. That's a giant meatball.
Yeah, the name of this dish is the giant meatball, and it's literally just a huge meatball about this size. Tastes good, has good flavor. There's some cheese on top, but it really is just a giant ball of meat. So if you're looking for something with some vegetables or a side or anything, this might not be the one to go to, but I really like it. I like meatballs.
There's a lot of tomatoes in this.
Delicious.
If you like tomatoes, though,
Yeah.
it's the way to go. A lot of balsamic, a lot of tomatoes. Tastes pretty good. The mozzarella's kind of melts in your mouth almost. It's pretty good.
Italy's been good. The wine, I mean, look how small that glass is.
It's a small glass, but it's a healthy pour.
It's the tiniest glass, but he filled it to the brim.
Overflowed it on the counter.
It was Chardonnay. Tastes good. Light, crisp. Good white wine.
Italy's the best for vegetarians. They have 2 vegetarian dishes. Fettuccine alfredo, caprese. If you don't eat meat, check it out there.
Definitely. And if you do, go for the giant meatball because it's delicious.
Our next stop and second station of the day is going to be the Japan station, and this is going to be directly across from the battering rams and the flying machines. This is the view of the Japan station as you walk up. It's really cool looking. It seems like all of the booths here are really well themed. Japan has a lot to offer. So they have the Impossible, which I'm about to try in just 1 second. They have a spicy tuna sushi cup, matcha ice cream. They also have a pineapple jalapeno sake sangria, which is sake wine, pineapple juice, jalapeno and mint, which Asher Reese is going to try. And their specialty non-alcoholic beverage is the bubble tea with the fruit bobas.
Okay, so we just got our stuff from Japan, which is pretty close to Italy. It is outside of the battering ram, basically. They had a bunch of different things. They have the Impossible, which I got right here, which is impossible meat, Asian coleslaw, on top of this bun. It's I don't know what they call.
I don't know either.
I feel ignorant right now, but yeah. So they also had a spicy tuna sushi cup and some cocktails. Ashrees, what did you get?
I ended up getting the pineapple jalapeno sake sangria. This was the one thing that I was sort of most worried about trying because it sounded like the most different from what I have ever eaten before or drank before. So I'm gonna try it and see how it tastes.
So that has sake, pineapple juice, jalapeno, and mint in it. So it's a little bit different.
It tastes like pineapple salsa in drink form.
No.
Yes, it
Let me
does.
see it.
No, try it. It literally tastes like pineapple salsa. Like you would want to put that on chips.
Yeah, I mean,
It
that's
does,
really
it
not
does.
that bad.
I mean,
You can
it's
kind
not
of
bad.
taste the jalapeno a little bit, but it's really not
Predominantly
that
pineapple.
bad. I feel like you can't drink a lot of it. I don't know if I'd be able to drink a lot of it. But
No, I
it's
think
still,
the sample size would
it's
be
still
just
pretty
fine.
good. Yeah, the sample size. I didn't see how much it was unsampled though. All right, so we're about to try this Impossible thing. Okay.
Interesting, good, gross.
It's not my favorite.
Not your favorite. You don't like Impossible meat anyway.
It's not my favorite.
I want to try.
Yeah, you go ahead and try it.
I think the coleslaw's good. It tastes a lot like sushi.
Yeah, it did. Maybe that's why I didn't like
It's
it.
the
That's exactly what it is. It tastes just like sushi.
I think it's delicious.
I think the coleslaw is what makes it taste like sushi, though. But then the Impossible meat doesn't really do it any favors.
I can't taste the Impossible meat. I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
The one thing I will say is the outside of this is kind of
It's mushy.
mushy,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
it's pretty good. I think the coleslaw.
I kind of like the
tastes-
outside part. It's the inside part that wasn't my favorite. So we're actually sitting right next to the Sangria Garden, which is actually not going to open until May 11th. So
We'll have to be back for that.
yeah, we'll have to be back here for that. So that's not open. That's a little disappointing.
Three quick things before we go any further. As of today, May 4th, when I'm putting the final finishing touches on this video, the Italy Bridge has reopened as of this morning. That is connecting Oktoberfest to Scotland so that you do not have to take the Loch Ness Hill. It's great news, awesome way to get around the park. The second item, in case you haven't been here in a while, is starting May 11th, Busch Gardens will actually go cashless. So that means credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Android Pay. If you have cash, you will be able to load it to a card and use that throughout the park during the day. The third item is starting May 11th, season pass members are able to ride Dark Coaster. Starting May 19th, a week later, the general public is able to ride that. So that coincides with the Food and Wine Festival. Make sure to time them both up so you can have both experiences at one time. This is going to be an awesome ride and one you can't miss. So the next stop we're going to be making is actually at the first station when you come into the park. It's going to be the Virginia station. This is going to be located directly across from the England Skyride station. The Virginia stand is actually directly behind me. In front of me is actually the Scotch tasting station at Busch Gardens. To the right of me are the stables where they house all of the Busch Gardens horses. Virginia is going to have multiple options. They're going to have oyster on the half shell, bacon and cheddar hush puppies, she crab soup, apple crisp, which is an oatmeal crumble and bacon glaze. They are also going to offer 2 cocktails, an oyster shooter and an apple pie moonshine. They're going to have 4 different kinds of beers, 2 different kinds of wines, and a strawberry lemonade as their non-alcoholic option.
We just went to Virginia to get a couple of the things, so it's going to be the first one that you hit on the way in, right? So right as soon as you walk through England, you're going to hit Scotland like you're going through to the Loch Ness Monster. It's going to be right there on your left. It's going to be a queue line. There used to be a really old restaurant here. They used to sell like chicken tenders and fries and everything when we were a kid, right beside the little horses and stuff. So that's really just where this one is. But we both got beers here. They got a lot of food there. They got like the apple crisp, which is like apple fritter with like caramelized bacon and stuff on top of it. It sounds pretty good, right? But I got the Saving Daylight, which is like a citrus wheat. It's like, I don't know. We're gonna see how it is. It actually won an award in 2022 for like the Virginia Craft Beer Cup. So I'm pretty excited to try this one. So let's see. It tastes just like Blue Moon.
Like lemon.
It tastes just like Blue Moon.
Well,
It's so good.
I got the Blood Man Bliss IPA, and it tastes like blood oranges. So it's pretty good. It's refreshing. None of the food there was really able for you to eat. Didn't have very many vegetarian options. It was a lot of oyster, seafood.
If you do like
oyster
seafood, though,
shooters.
that's the place to check it out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the oyster shooters. I did used to like oyster shooters, so I don't know. if you want them, right? So they also have apple pie moonshine.
And then also, Virginia is home to the Williamsburg Winery, and they do have two, well, I guess just the one wine here in the Virginia section, which is the Williamsburg Winery Governor's White, and I've actually had that several times. It's really good.
Sell it in Total Wine and everything too if you need it.
So if you want some, it's delicious. You can try it here at the Virginia stand here.
So we're going to finish these beers really quick, and then from Virginia, Australia is right down there, right beside Loch Ness. I can really see it from here. It's not all the way to Loch Ness. It's right there by the little Clydesdales, the little kids' horses, right? So it's really not far away from the Virginia stand. It's right there. So not quite sure what we're going to get there. I know they have like a lamb chop there, so we'll see how that is, right? But I know they have some cakes too. So
Our next stop is at Australia, and it's literally right behind Virginia, so we're just going to turn around and walk there. So on the way to Australia, you're going to walk through the Scotland Common area. You're going to pass the Little Clydes on your left. They are the little kid rideable horses. They've been here for so long. I used to ride those things when I came here with my grandparents in the 90s. So right past the Australia stand is going to be the Loch Ness Monster. If you've never been here before, the Loch Ness was opened in 1978, making it 45 years old on June 2nd. It goes 130 feet in the air, 60 miles an hour, and it has 2 inversions. So at the Australia stand, they're going to have a lamb chop with cilantro mint sauce, snag on the Barbie, which Ashley's about to try in a second, lamington cake, which is sponge cake, raspberry jam, chocolate, and coconut, 2 different kinds of wines, an Aussie mule, 2 different kinds of non-alcoholic beverages, and a Bondi Beach Punch and ginger beer, and also Foster's.
Okay, so we just left the Australia stand. That was a terrible. We just left the Australia stand. I should not do that. But we both got 2 interesting things. One of them is mine. It's a take on something familiar. It's a take on the Moscow Mule, but this is actually called an Aussie Mule. So instead of the vodka that they use dark rum. And it is delicious. It's so good. It might be my favorite over Moscow Mule now. I don't know. I really like that. But this is super good.
I'm gonna try. I haven't tried it yet.
It tastes like pineapple juice and rum almost.
It's
Not Ashley's favorite. I do like it. It's a lot of rum. And it's not like they mix the drink right there in front of you. It's on tap. Like this liquor drink is just on tap. They put it through the tap and it's mixed strong. It tastes a lot like rum.
I think the ginger beer also is what is giving it that distinct taste, and I'm not much of a ginger beer fan.
It literally tastes like a Moscow Mule mixed with dark rum, right? Because you can't really taste the vodka all that much, but you can definitely taste the rum in this one.
But if you're a Moscow Mule drinker, try this. She said it was her favorite. The lady working at the booth.
It's got a lime in it too.
Favorite.
I haven't squeezed my lime into it yet, so maybe that could be a part of the issue. But yeah, so Ashley's got something interesting.
I ended up with the snag on the Barbie. It looks like a big sausage on a little bun with caramelized onions with Vegemite on it. So I'm going to try it. It doesn't look like it's going to be the most graceful thing to try to eat. So I'm going to try it.
That was the most graceful bite I think you could have taken.
Thank you. It's actually pretty good.
What do the onions taste like?
Caramelized onions, nothing very different. The sausage is really good. I thought it was going to be hard to chew into, but it actually broke right in half. Is this arugula they have on it?
Yeah, either that or spinach. Oh no, it's definitely arugula.
That ties in well with it. The onions are really tasty. The bun itself, I probably wouldn't eat it on the bun. I'd probably try and just cut it up and get a little bit of the sausage with the onions. But it's delicious. It's a good sized portion too. I know it's considered the sampler size, but this is
that's a full hot dog size.
That's a full hot dog. So if you have 15 of these,
that's a lot. Yeah, it seems really a little pessimistic on the 15 item, 10 item sampler coming in here, but it seems like that $85 is, this is a full drink right here. This at Busch Gardens is probably $20, right? You probably get 4 of these and you're for your whole 15 item sampler price. I got to be honest with you, it's $15 for just a beer here, so, it's every bit of $17 to $20 probably for a mixed drink. So the more and more we go through here, it seems more and more like the sampler is kind of the way to go. After this one, it's going to get a whole lot better around here, I tell you that. It's pretty strong. That was awesome.
So for our next stop, we are going to Hawaii. To get to Hawaii, you're going to want to turn around and walk back through Scotland, all the way through Ireland and out behind the castle by Celtic Fire.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. You're such a pretty puppy.
This is Finnegan Flyers. To my left, it's one of my favorite rides in the park. It's a swinging pendulum ride. It's going to swing you out and forward over the station and over the water. Pro tip, if you want the best ride, sit on the side facing the station when you're in there. When you fly back, you'll get way more air. You're going to go way higher. The Ireland Band is a great way to enjoy your food, especially from like Decades of Delights. They also do a cover of Landslide from Fleetwood Mac that is awesome. Now that we're finally at Hawaii, let's go over some of their menu items. So they have Koloa pork sliders, they have Spam musubi, they have Hawaiian mac and cheese, which is ham and pineapple, and then a macadamia nut crust, pineapple chocolate mousse. They have 2 cocktails, one Asheris will try in a second. They have 2 different wines, 2 beers, one of them being Kona Big Wave, which is awesome, and they have a non-alcoholic hibiscus lemonade. So I've never been to Hawaii, but to me this looks like a stand maybe that you would get on a beach in Hawaii, maybe at a resort for a tourist are that maybe the locals don't see every now and then. So to me this kind of reminds me of some of the buildings maybe at the Polynesian at Disney's resort. It's pretty cool, really great theming, in a great pretty area for you to enjoy everything that you would get here. Something I did just want to point out here, this is the line waiting to get to Hawaii. Now, mind you, this is the opening weekend on a Saturday, but this line took about 30 minutes to get through. It goes all the way down here, halfway down the Eagle's Nest. This is a very popular stand, so prioritize this one if it's on your list. So Asheris is getting the Aloha Beaches here, and it seems like everywhere at every single stand where they have liquor drinks, all of the liquor drinks are on tap. So it makes it go a little bit faster and make sure everything is mixed a little bit better. But I will say that they certainly do not skip on the liquor, and you will see exactly how this tastes in just 1 second when Asheris sips it.
Tastes like pickles.
Hey.
All right, we just got our stuff from the Hawaii booth, and I got this right here, which is the pineapple coconut mousse. It has coconut on top, mousse and pineapple mousse in it, and it has a piece of pineapple on top. It looks pretty good. Honestly, it looks like ice cream almost, like in the middle of it, the consistency of ice cream. I'm gonna try it. I'm not a huge pineapple fan, so let's see.
Good.
It is so good. It has the consistency of cheesecake.
Okay.
It's really good. This is the best thing I've had so far.
The map's located around the park or on the app for alternative routes.
You should get this. You should get this if you come here.
It's good. It doesn't have an overpowering pineapple taste at all.
It doesn't. It doesn't either. It has a shaved coconut on the top. It doesn't have an overpowering coconut taste either. It really tastes like cheesecake almost.
It does taste like
a pineapple cheesecake. Has the same consistency too. Pretty good. I don't know. I like it.
Well, I got the Aloha Beaches, an alcoholic drink. It has tequila and Malibu in it. At first taste, it honestly tastes like pickles. It's not what I was going for.
Yuck.
It tastes very sour. Strong aftertaste. I probably wouldn't get this again. They have a better version of their cocktail, the Frozen Blue Hawaiian. I would probably try that next time. Yeah, I'm gonna have a taste of that.
That's pretty good.
What to try at Hawaii? What not to try?
We also confirmed with the people at the desk that the cups for the slider and when you buy them are 2 different sizes. If you see like Asheris' cup right here, this is the small cup they give you the beer into.
For the sampler.
Yeah, for the sampler. A normal beer that's not the sampler is a little bit bigger than this, like this, right? So when you do pay the $9 to $15 for the beer, you are getting more. You're not just getting the same size as the sampler, right? So that's kind of something to keep in mind, I guess, when you do go the a la carte way. But yeah, I'm gonna finish eating this. We also skipped Decades of Delights, or Delights of the Decades, the revolving food menu here. Didn't really have a bunch of stuff that stood out to us, so we kind of skipped it. Maybe we'll take those 2 things that we were going to get there and maybe reapply them to something else. Maybe we'll go back to Italy and I can get some fettuccine or something like that. On to the next one. I guess our next stop on the way is the margarita stand, and then to Mexico, then to the wine bar. So we're pretty stoked about the next couple stops, right? So here we go.
So in order to get to the margarita stand from Hawaii, you are going to walk down the hill, past the eagles, past the wolves, up the hill, walk to the front of Lord Keith Glen, take a right, and it'll be right in front of you. This is Wolf Valley on the way to the margarita stand. There weren't any wolves out when we were there this time, but normally they have a show or showing or feeding a couple times a day. Last time I was there, they had a really awesome gray wolf, and I thought I was going to see him today, but I didn't get to see him. Lord Keith Glen is up ahead, and from there, the marg stand is to the right. When we walked up, there was a large line standing outside of Lord Keith Glen. Do not be confused about this crowd to the left here. They are not here for the margarita stand. They are waiting for food inside of Lord Keith Glen. This is the margarita stand. It's really pretty with all the yellows and reds and blues and ivy, and it makes it one of the best stands to walk up to. Here at the margarita station, they have 3 different kinds of margaritas: prickly pear, frozen lime, frozen watermelon. They also have 2 different kinds of wine and 2 beers, one which I will taste in a second.
So we just got 2 drinks from the margarita stand. So they do not have food at the margarita stand. I was mistaken. I thought they did. Asheries knew they didn't. I thought they did. They only have food at the Mexico stand, which is literally right beside us at the margarita stand. They only have drinks at the margarita stand. So what did yours?
I got the frozen watermelon margarita. Since it is a sample size, it is a little bit smaller. You can pay full price for the full-size ones.
Yeah.
They were like $14, I believe.
Yeah, they're pretty big though. They're pretty big size.
It's a good size. They can have it with salt or no salt. You just let them know when they give it to you. It's pretty good. Tastes like a typical frozen watermelon margarita.
I'm not a huge tequila fan. Let me try it.
It's pretty good.
Paper straw.
Paper straw.
Ooh!
It's sour. It's
Ooh,
sour.
It's sour. Puckered
I like
your cheeks there for a second.
It's pretty good. Especially, this one would probably be better if they put sugar on the rim. So you have something sweet with the something sour. But it's pretty good. I like it. I would buy like 4 of these.
Okay, so I got the I Said What I Said key lime sour beer, right? So it is a margarita sour. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this either. It's sour. I'm not a huge like tequila sour kind of guy, right? So, all right. It's not that bad.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be
tastes
too
like
sour.
a Corona with lime in it.
Yeah, it does.
It tastes just like, it's a little bit more sour, like a little bit more lime.
I'm getting very much limerita.
Yeah.
Limerita? No?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think it tastes more like a Corona with or land shark or something with like a lime in it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's pretty good though.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. It's good.
Definitely stop here at the margarita stand if you are somebody who likes alcoholic beverages.
The margarita stand is, if you're walking from Ireland to your right before you hit Lord Keith Glen. Mexico is right past Lord Keith Glen. It's maybe a 2-second walk, so you can get your drinks here, you go get your food in Mexico. I will say that between the margarita stand Mexico and Hawaii over in Ireland, those were by far the 3 longest lines that we've seen or stayed in. The one that we just waited at in Hawaii was probably 25 minutes of us waiting in line. Like, it was quite a bit. And Mexico is to our right, and it looks just as bad. The food, it looks pretty good though. It was pretty good at Hawaii. That's probably why the line was so long. And also everybody wants margaritas. So we're gonna go ahead and finish these drinks and then hit Mexico up for some food.
So in order to get to Mexico, there is a back alley behind Lord Keith Glen. You're going to take that for probably 30 steps and you're going to find yourself right in front of the Mexico stand. So behind Lord Keith Glen is actually this little garden area. I've been to Busch Gardens probably 100,000 times, and I've honestly never been back here. It's super pretty. They have benches everywhere. They actually have a sit-down patio part to the back right over here that has patio chairs and everything. Here's benches. It's a beautiful place to sit and eat and just relax. So where this garden sits is actually the back alley from the margarita stand to Mexico. Here is the Mexico stand. Super pretty building, well themed. Again, the line here is really long, and for some reason this stand took the longest out of all of them to get the food, so make sure you allocate enough time here. So the Mexico stand is going to have a couple different entree items. Remember, there are no drinks here. So they're going to have crispy shrimp tacos, which Asher Reese is about to try in just 1 second, carne asada tacos, chili chocolate and horchata mousse, and their specialty beverage that's non-alcoholic here is just horchata.
So we just went to the Mexico stand. There wasn't really very many vegetarian options for him to get, so I decided I was going to get the fried shrimp taco and give that a try and see how that was. They also had carne asada, but this is what I chose. It's good. It's really good. The shrimp is super crispy. The coleslaw that they put on there tastes really good. This is delicious. I wish I had some hot sauce to put on it.
Like po' boy sauce on there?
It's not very much sauce. That's the only thing.
It's not very much sauce.
But I do wish it had a little bit of spice to it, almost. But it's still good. I mean, it's a healthy serving with 1 taco.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, right? For the one serving of your sampler thing, it's a decent sized taco, right? It's bigger than a taco you would get probably at Taco Bell, if anyone eats at Taco Bell.
So, pretty good. Give it a try. It's delicious. Shrimp taco. Pretty good.
So next we're actually headed out of the Mexico margarita section, and we're gonna go just a little bit down the road over there to the La Bella Wine Bar. This is actually a staple inside of Busch Gardens. It is part of the Food and Wine Festival, but the wine bar itself is not part of the Food and Wine Festival. It is here all the time. You can get wines, samplers, everything from them anytime you want to. Also, there's a couple shops around here. There's one in Italy. There's also another one over here right beside the wine bar where you can do wine tastings also, right? So there's a couple places, but basically it's going to be right down the road from here, right past Lorikeet Glen, and it's going to be right before right before you hit Griffin. It's going to be on your right-hand side. So we're going to go ahead and go there now, and we'll pick you back up there.
So the La Bella Wine Bar is actually down the hill from Mexico. You're going to go over the train tracks and right outside of the Royal Palace Theater. You can't miss it. It's right on the pathway, covered in ivy, and it's really pretty. Got kind of an old country kind of feel. Here's the La Bella Wine Bar menu. These are here all of the time and not just for the Food and Wine Festival. There are a lot of wines on this list, so hopefully you can find something here that you like. Just keep in mind that you can get any glass of wine here for $9.99 no matter the wine. And also a fun fact, this used to be the Starbucks stand inside of Busch Gardens.
So we just went to La Bella Wine Bar. Their registers were actually down, so we did not get anything. So currently we are standing behind the Fry place, which is super good. You should definitely go to if you come here. And we actually went to the car to take a break for a little while because all of my stuff died, so we are back and we are headed to the French Quarter. They have beignets and Bananas Foster cheesecake, so we are super stoked.
So to get to the French Quarter from La Bella Wine Bar, you are going to turn right out of La Bella, go through the little archway, and French Quarter is going to be on your left attached to Las Fritas, and I'm sure I'm butchering that. The French Quarter and Decades of Delight are the two stations that are inside to get a little break from the heat, if maybe it gets a little hotter later on in the Food and Wine Festival. So it's really pretty, and it's smack dab right in the middle of France. And it is in a super crowded area, so put your patient pants on and make sure that you're ready to wait because the beignets here have a huge line. One of the best parts about the French Quarter line is being able to see Griffin like this. Griffin has a 205-foot drop, 90 degrees straight down, takes you 75 miles an hour. It's an awesome coaster and it's floorless. This is inside the French Quarter stand. You can see I'm putting the muffaletta together on the flat press back there, and also the Bananas Foster's cheesecake and beignet together back there.
So we just left the French Quarter and we got 2 desserts, no drinks, no entrees. We got Bananas Foster's cheesecake and we got beignets. Ashery's got beignets. Have you tried the beignets?
They are delicious. They're covered in caramel and powdered sugar. They're really good, really fluffy. I think it's a good win.
We're about to taste the cheesecake now for the first time. It's okay.
Just okay?
It's got like a, I don't know, maybe it was a, got like some, I don't know, like the caramel tastes like it's made out of like liquor or something, dude. Like, try it. I don't know. And if it is, they used way too much liquor. I guess that's good for some people, but maybe that's just me.
It tastes like bourbon.
Yeah, it tastes a lot like bourbon. Like just straight liquor on the cheesecake.
It says rum caramel sauce.
Rum caramel sauce. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a lot of rum in the sauce.
It is a lot of rum.
Yeah, it's a lot of rum in the sauce. Kind of almost turns me off to this entire cheesecake.
Here, well, you can have the beignets and I'll eat the cheesecake.
I mean, it is what it is, but yeah. So they have a couple different options. Here they have like jambalaya, which is always good, right? They also have a wine here called like the earthquake wine, I think. It's actually named the earthquake wine because the original earthquake Zinfandel, I think it's Zinfandel, right? Yeah, so the original earthquake Zinfandel was planted in San Francisco in 1906, around the time of the Great San Francisco earthquakes. So they named it Earthquake Zinfandel. Fun fact for you. But they have a decent amount of beers here. They have a chocolate peanut butter porter here. That sounds pretty good, right? But the line for this one, you can see in the other videos that we have, was really long. It was probably like 30 minutes to wait here. And then it had like turnstiles and queues on the inside and everything like that. So, but yeah, definitely I think the beignets may have been worth it, huh?
Yeah, the beignets are probably the best thing here that I saw. But that line was about 25, 30 minutes long. That's some of the longest one that we've had to wait in so far.
Wait for the beignets, so. Wait for the beignets.
Beignets are good.
Yeah. Okay, so I think our next stop is Brazil. I'm not quite sure. I think it's a little bit that way, like towards Canada, the French Quarter, like New France. So we're gonna go ahead and check that out. They look like they got a bunch of cool stuff over there too.
So in order to get to Brazil from the French Quarter, you're going to come out of the French Quarter and face the Royal Palace Theater and take a left. You're going to head down that route into New France, and right in front of the smokehouse is where you're going to find the Brazil station. This is the route to New France from the French Quarter stand. You have the funnel cakes and kettle corn shop to your left, the smokehouse right in front of you, and the Brazil stand a little bit in front to the left. The Brazil stand was pretty cool. They had a giant wood fire grill back there that they cook all of the food on, so it's all freshly grilled. Here at Brazil, they're going to have a couple different options. They're going to have cocada de forno, abacaxi. They're also going to have 2 different kinds of wine and Brazilian lemonade as the non-alcoholic option.
We just finished at the Brazil stand. They had a couple different things. I got what is called the abacaxi, which is grilled pineapple. I guess that's coconut. Is that coconut and caramel sauce. Right, so I guess we're gonna give it a try. It doesn't look like the pineapple is grilled. I'm a little confused, but I guess we'll give it a go. It's definitely not grilled.
Looks like fresh pineapple.
Definitely fresh pineapple. Certainly not grilled. Certainly not grilled.
How's it taste? Like pineapple?
It tastes like pineapple.
Yeah, figured.
You don't really taste the sauce that much. And it's like lukewarm, not hot, not cold, not grilled. Lukewarm.
Lukewarm pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple.
With coconut and...
But you can't really taste the coconut or the
just got
caramel
pineapple.
sauce. It's really just lukewarm pineapple.
Awesome.
So...
Well, I had better luck at Brazil. I just got a Prosecco in the teeny tiny little wine glasses again. It's good. But there was nothing really there that was worth trying for us because we've been eating all day long.
Yeah, we're so full. This every station by the end of the day challenge is kind of getting there for us. My stomach is going to explode. The next place we're going to is Jamaica. It's like right outside Der Burgermeister, I think. Like right by, right before the Black Arches for Oktoberfest. Right before like the old upgrade center where they used to spray paint shirts and everything. So it's right over there in that area. So
Near the carousel.
yeah, near the carousel, exactly. I should have just probably started with that, right? So we're gonna walk through France, through Canada, everything by Alpengeist, and then out into Germany and to Oktoberfest, and to see what Jamaica and Oktoberfest and all of the last couple stands have right before we finally call it a day.
So like I just mentioned, Jamaica is a little bit of a walk from Brazil, so what you're going to do is head down into New France, take a left at Acadia Traders, follow that path all the way across the bridge, then take a left at Alpengeist, follow that path through the little village, take a right at the fountain, and then you're going to run directly into the Jamaica stand. To my right is Caribou Pottery. It's going to be on your path into New France on the way to Jamaica. I also read on one of my groups that I'm a part of, Lake Catapult right here used to actually be inside. I had no idea, and that's super cool. This awesome Viking structure is the entrance to Invader, their wooden roller coaster, and if you haven't ridden this, I highly recommend this ride. I love it, and it's one of the best ones here. If you haven't been here before, there's a couple different things in the town square. There's the general store, there's Acadia Traders in front of us that we're going to pass on our way out of New France, and there's also gem mining right here, which is super cool. I've never done it here before. We also have the antique photo shop, which I believe is just a staple at most theme parks now. This is Acadia Traders that I mentioned earlier. You can get all of your French-Canadian gifts here. They also have wine tastings just like they did in Italy at this location also. This is another one of my favorite parts of the park. I know, surprise, surprise, right? But it gives you awesome views of Les Scout and Alpengeist and Griffin at some points. This bridge offers some awesome views, like the drop of Les Scout right here and the corkscrew of Alpengeist. Les Scout offers a crazy 50-foot drop into the waters below. About halfway through, you're going to get one of the best aspects of the ride, and that is getting the opportunity to fly through this little house on Alpengeist. It has a similar effect to other roller coasters where it seems like you're going to hit the house, but you never do. This is the halfway break point for Alpengeist, but don't worry, after this all you have left are the crazy corkscrews. This was such an awesome shot, and I was so upset that I had accidentally switched my camera to slow motion. They interacted with me the whole time. She juggled. They were definitely acting the part for the camera, and I'm super upset I could not get that audio on tape. Unfortunately, the camera was still in slow motion here, but this is the fountain in the middle of Germany where you would take a right at to get to the Jamaican stand. So if you were going to take a right here and go around the next corner, you would run directly into the Jamaican stand. I used to come to this part of the park with my grandparents all the time, and it is by far one of my favorite. This is Land of the Dragons. As far as stand design goes, Jamaica was definitely my favorite. It was such a cool stand. Here at the Jamaican stand, they have Jamaican patties, they have gamba fritters, which are shrimp dumplings in pica-peppa sauce. They have jerk chicken sliders, which Ashley Reese is about to try. They have pineapple upside down cake, 2 different kinds of cocktails, 3 different kinds of beer, and ginger lemonade is their non-alcoholic option. They also have 2 different kinds of wines.
Okay, so we just left Jamaica, and I hope you can appreciate the view of Dragonland in the background. It was awesome, right? So, Asherise, what did you get?
I ended up getting the jerk chicken slider. It came with a sweet bun, roll, and coleslaw. And I got the Malbec wine. It is extremely dry, but I like that, so it tastes pretty good. Gonna go in for the slider now and see how that tastes. Gonna not eat the bun and just eat the chicken for right now. It's a lot of bread today. It's got some kick to it. The chicken is very well cooked, super tasty, very flavorful. It's pretty spicy, like you would expect your chicken to be, but it's delicious. As far as the coleslaw, because like regular coleslaw, it's good. But
Let me taste that coleslaw. I'm the coleslaw connoisseur.
the jerk chicken is probably my favorite food I've actually eaten today, and it came on the slider, so it's a pretty hearty, filling meal. You don't like the coleslaw?
It's okay.
Yeah.
A lot of carrots.
I would give this one like an 8 out of 10 though, because the chicken's really good.
Okay, so I got the Aleworks tangerine wheat ale. pretty good. Tastes just like Blue Moon, just like the one earlier. If I had an orange, I'd put it in here because it'd be awesome. But yeah, it tastes just like Blue Moon. Can't go wrong. Good old Blue Moon, you know. Also, their non-alcoholic drink of choice here was ginger lemonade, which is like ginger, what else? Lime and brown sugar. I kind of wanted to try it, but I didn't get it. It sounded okay, but it also sounded like something that I might not like at all. They also had Hardywood Tropication from Richmond. It was actually completely out when we went up there. I didn't get a chance to get it. I love that one. We go to Hardywood sometimes in Richmond. Definitely love Tropication, but it was out here. Of course, it's out. Everyone loves it. It was sold out. So the next stop that we have is Herbal Infusion. It's going to be, like, sometimes they put the Hollow Screen, like, bar there out front of the Fest House, like the circle one with all of, like, the syringe shooters and everything. So it's going to be the one right outside of the Fest House. It has a lot of, like, flour, mint, everything infused, like, drinks, food. Like, they have, like, lavender lemonade, so I don't know really what to expect, but we're going to go try a little bit of it. We'll see what it's like.
In order to get to Herbal Infusion from Jamaica, it's a direct shot over the Oktoberfest Bridge in front of Dark Coaster, which premieres May 19th or May 11th for Season Pass members. I remember it like it was yesterday, the Curse of Dark Castle. My dad made me wait for hours in line for this ride in the sweltering heat. Everything outside kind of looks the same, the queue line still looks similar, and I cannot wait for this to open.
Standing in front of Dark Coaster. We'll see you sometime the second weekend of May. Can't wait.
I love Busch Gardens and have 100 different favorite places inside of this park, but the Fest House will always be at the top of my list. It's such a shot of nostalgia for me. This is the Herbal Infusion stand, and it's built to resemble somewhat of an ivy wall inside of a garden. Now, Herbal Infusion didn't have too many options, but they did have a strawberry basil mousse, which I try here, a green goddess, a watermelon mojito, a mint julep, a lavender lemonade is their non-alcoholic beverage, and also an infused Moscato is their wine option.
We just got done at Herbal Infusion. They don't have a bunch, and if you don't really like flowery, leafy, tasty things, I probably wouldn't go there. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not sure Asher Race is a huge fan either, but she did get something, and I also did too, just for the sheer fact of tasting something at every single stand that we could, except for Decades of Delight, because they had literally nothing that I could eat. So we tried everything else from every other stand. So that's what we did here. So you want to try yours first, or am I going to try mine?
Sure, I'll try mine. So I got the infused Moscato with lemon and rosemary. They actually put a lemon slice in it. Tastes like lemony Moscato. It's good. I would drink it again. But that was the one stand that literally had no line. We walked right up to it, so I'm guessing it's not very popular.
Yeah, but with that being said, it's also, 7 o'clock now?
Yes.
7:15, so it closes at 8:30. A lot of people have clearly left the park, so, but there is no line there. There was still lines at every other single one of them, so
Yeah.
just keep that in mind. Okay, so I got the strawberry basil mousse. So it's like strawberries with basil whipped cream. It's a lot of whipped cream, which I like, so I'm not really that upset about it, but
Mostly whipped cream. Is it good?
yeah, it's actually not bad. It's pretty good. You can definitely taste the basil a little bit in the whipped cream. I guess it's probably what they were going for, or else they wouldn't have infused the whipped cream with basil, but yeah, you can definitely tell it, but the strawberry mousse below it's pretty good. It's not bad. I would definitely eat it again.
I think we're starting to tire out of the 30 different places that we could get snacks or treats from. We've gotten 23 of them. So we have 7 more that we still need to eat
been a lot.
and drink in
Been
the
a lot
next
to eat
hour
and
and a half.
It's been a lot.
We have a lot to do.
So next, we're going to Island Freeze. Oh my god, I have whipped cream up here. Island Freeze is nothing but mixed drinks.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I guess they got beers too, but it's mostly mixed drinks. They got some good sounding mixed drinks though, so we're gonna go head over there first. So the Herbal Infusion place was not directly outside of the Fest House as we thought. It was like a little bit back. It's kind of hidden by the Midway games, so if you walk past, you may walk right past. It's kind of a small stand. But we're gonna go to Island Freeze, which is, where is it, right over there?
It's right behind the swings.
Yeah, right behind the
Across
swings.
from Verbolten.
Yeah. Okay, so we're about to head there now.
There are 2 different ways to get to Island Freeze from Herbal Infusion, but for footage sake, we decided to go behind the swings and around Vilkeman to the exit of Verbolten. The swings at Busch Gardens, a staple. They were actually completely taken down when we were here in February for refurbishment, but have since been put back up and look amazing. For everyone who doesn't know, in December of 2022, Busch Gardens announced they would be closing Mock Tower, and this is actually the previous site of Mock Tower. Notice nothing is left already. They've even installed a patio over the section where the main frame used to be for the ride. And as we approach Island Freeze, the mighty Verbolten is to our left. And this is the Island Freeze station, themed as, you got it, an island bar, complete with island music that I had to take out for copyright reasons, and drinks that make you feel like you're sitting on a beach in paradise. Here they're going to offer 6 different frozen drinks: Pina Colada, Bahama Mama, Strawberry Daiquiri, Bellini, which is Prosecco, peach schnapps, and mango puree, a Frosé, and Blake's Hard Cider Company Tropicolada, along with 3 different beer choices.
The day is winding down. We have 2 more stops left. I guess we just went to one of the 2. We have 1 more after this one. So we just went to Island Freeze, which is all mixed drinks with a couple of beers. So we both got mixed drinks. I got the Bahama Mama, which is, like rum, pineapple, orange, grenadine, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it is. It is like overflowing, looks like with liquor. So. One thing I will not fault Busch Gardens for on this food and wine trip is jipping their mixed drinks and liquor.
Yeah. Even their pours of wine have been, they come in really small cups, but they're to the brim. So like a typical wine tasting serving amount is probably what they give you.
I just dumped it all over my pants. All good.
All right. I got the pina colada. Little serving of it. It could be sweeter, but tastes like a standard pina colada that you would get here anytime.
Yeah, the Bahama Mama's pretty good.
Try it.
I think it's pretty good.
All I know is I'm exhausted. We've been here since 10 o'clock. It is now, 7?
Yeah, it's pretty. I honestly don't know what time it is. I have not looked at my phone in quite some time. You have the watch on your wrist.
My watch is dead.
Ah.
All we've done
My phone has died. My camera's died. My mics have died. We've had to go to the car. We've had to charge everything. I have my charging block.
It's 7:30.
It is 7:30. We have 1 hour.
We have 1
for
hour.
October taps.
For the October taps. Oh,
Which
this
is
fell off.
Literally right behind us though.
But we have 1 hour for 5 drinks, 5 items. So it looks like we'll each be getting 2 beers from October taps. Or another freezy drink or something.
Chugging the bad boys on the way out. That is not my favorite. I like the Bahama Mama.
The Bahama Mama tastes much better.
Yeah. Get the Bahama Mama.
Yes. But the cool thing is where we are sitting is actually where Mock Tower was. It's completely gone.
Completely gone.
Completely gone.
This building right behind me is where the turnstiles used to be for people to wait. Completely gone. Even the middle part where they had like the actual tower sitting, completely covered over by a patio. You would never be able to know that was here.
Crazy. That wasn't put in very long ago either.
But on the way out, we're gonna get some good video because it's gonna be dark and it's gonna be lit. And Busch Gardens is super pretty.
Lit.
And it's lit.
And be lit.
So to get to October Taps from Island Freeze, you're just going to head down towards the Italy Bridge, and it's going to be in the old Mock Tower queue line. Here's the view of the entrance for Verbolten from the old Mock Tower queue line. It's such an awesome themed entrance, and I really love it. It was an awesome addition to Busch Gardens. Here's the October Tap station, and nostalgia-wise, being the old Mock Tower queue line, I think it's really cool. Along with that, in the cast member interaction, it was one of my favorite stands here.
We're tapping out. We've been to every station.
Every station.
But we still have 3 punch tickets left that maybe we'll use when we come back tomorrow, since you're able to transfer them over.
Yep. Ding ding.
Quick point here, you do not have to use all of your sampler items in one day on your first visit. You can stock them and use them throughout the Food and Wine Festival. So make sure not to rush if you have the option to come back at any point.
Yeah, winner for that one. But it has been a lot to try to drink and eat at how many different stations?
16. Well, minus 2 because the Sangria station wasn't open and we did not go to Decade of Delight, so 14.
So we've
14
had
stations.
at least one thing from 14 different stations.
Each one of us. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I think the sampler's kind of worth it.
The sampler is definitely worth it if you want to try a bunch of different things. I will say some of the food weren't my favorite.
Yeah, some of them weren't, but hey, you gotta try to not like them, right?
Yeah, I think
You gotta
that
try them to not like them. That didn't sound right. Yeah, you gotta try them to not like them.
there you go. It's worth it. I think for us, we were trying to really hit every single one and get at least like a drink or a food item at almost all of them. So we did the 15.
Yeah.
If you're here by yourself and you know that you don't like certain foods, maybe a 10
10 is
sampler
probably
would be
worth it.
fine,
Yeah, the 10 is probably plenty.
because we're struggling to
Yeah.
get all 30 down between the two of us, since we each got 2 of the 15s.
27. 27 down.
27 down isn't
Not that
bad.
bad.
So-
Sharice can have some free wine samplers tomorrow when we come back from Marvel.
I like that. So the last station that we ended up stopping at was the October
Taps.
Taps
It is located inside of the old Mock Tower.
queue line.
Yeah, queue line, yeah. Inside of the old Mock Tower queue line.
So we each got a beer on tap that we're gonna try. Mine, I know it's RVA cider. Had it before. I like it. Just a basic apple cider. Good way to end my night. Refreshing. I'm happy with my last choice.
What is this?
2 silos.
Okay, so they did not have the beer that I was looking for, the creamsicle ale. So this is 2 silos. I'm not quite sure which kind. Sharice said she panicked and just got 2
I did, because they
silos.
didn't have what we wanted. So I do know that we used to live in Northern Virginia, and
It's-
we would pass by 2 silos. There you go.
So what is this? 2 silos what?
I couldn't tell you. I panicked.
Couldn't tell you.
I think it's an ale.
Is it
It's
not
not
open?
listed.
It's not listed.
The tap just said 2 silos.
Kind of just looks like a normal ale.
Yeah. What is that?
It is an IPA. It is so hoppy. It is so hoppy.
I like IPAs. I think they're good. You want my cider instead?
I'm just gonna keep drinking my Bahama Mama right here. But I still haven't finished from the last video.
So,
Alright.
we're gonna chug our final drinks.
This has been fun. It's our last stop.
Been
on the
fun.
way- yeah.
It's been fun.
I hope you enjoy the videos of Busch at night on the way out, because I'm going to enjoy them. It's my favorite part of coming to Busch. But yeah, so we'll probably say goodbye on our way out. But for now, this is all the stops that we have. I hope it's been informative for you.
What was your favorite stop?
Oh man, the French Quarter probably was my favorite stop.
French Quarter was your favorite stop. Mine had to be Jamaica. The jerk chicken was good.
Yeah.
Out of all the food I had, or Italy, where we started our day
Italy
off at.
was good. The first one it was
Had
pretty
the
good, too.
Chardonnay and the giant
the
meatball.
Caprese was really good.
That was
yeah.
really good.
I wish I would have tried the Alfredo, but yeah, there were a couple ones that were good. The ones that I would stay away from maybe
Yeah,
would
which
be
one would you
like
stop?
Herbal Infusion. I wouldn't probably go to the
Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah.
I
that
feel like
was
if you like
certainly
Brazilian
not
food,
good.
you should stop
Yeah.
there. But the stuff that we got, because you're vegetarian,
Yeah.
the grilled pineapple wasn't grilled.
Yeah.
It tasted like it had been heated up in a microwave,
It had
almost.
no, it had definitely just been under like a heat lamp or something.
Yeah.
It
But-
was definitely under a heat lamp or something. But I would say like Hawaii was a good one too. It has like a lot of like tropical food, but a lot of it was like meat, so I couldn't eat it. But they have a lot of food, a lot of beer, a lot of wine, stuff like that. So that was a good one also.
Yeah, I think Hawaii and Italy.
Yeah.
I'm hanging on to Italy. Italy was pretty good.
Yeah, I did like French Quarter though. Their beignets were super good.
For a
Really,
sweet
really
treat,
good.
they were really good.
Yeah, really good. They were like full size beignets too, and you got 4 of them, so or 3 of them.
3 of them.
3 of them. But they were pretty good size.
They were good.
Yeah, so those are definitely my favorite. All right, so that's it. We'll say goodbye on the way out, but for now,
So yeah.
is it for us at the Food and Wine Festival, the opening weekend of their 10th anniversary. It was busy. There was a lot of food.
Extremely busy. A lot of food.
A lot of drinks.
There was a lot of food.
It was
a lot
super
of food.
busy. Mind you, we had the 15-item sampler, but we did not ride a single ride in the, 10 hours that we were here?
Literally, not a single
ride. It
ride.
took us that long. So if you're coming on a Saturday, make sure to allocate plenty of time, right? Because man, it was busy. You could barely even move. They just had bus loads of middle schoolers and high schools in here today.
If you're trying to do just the Food and Wine Festival, I suggest doing it as like a date night and know that you're probably not going to get on very many rides if you're coming on Saturday, just because the lines themselves for the Food and Wine Festival booths were relatively long, and the lines for the rides were even longer. We're natives to this area. We've come to Busch a bunch. We're not going to stand in an hour-and-a-half line for Griffin. But
cool ride,
it is a cool ride. We love that ride.
An hour-and-a-half long ride for Tempesto. So
Tempesto,
if you want to ride Tempesto, I would suggest riding Tempesto or Pantheon. Both of those are sweet. Also, Apollo's Chariot's never busy, so you just hop on Apollo's Chariot, right?
But either way, it was extremely busy today. Like you said, there was, I think, a middle school band competition was held here, and the award ceremony was here.
Griffin's about to drop over our head.
Griffin's about to drop, so you're probably going to hear some screams. But overall, I think it was a very fun day.
Yeah.
We were here for
a long time.
a long time. Since 10 o'clock. It's now 8:30. Park is getting ready to close.
Yeah.
Do come to the Food and Wine Festival. It's definitely worth it. Buy the sampler. I think it just saves you time.
Yeah, it definitely saves you a lot of time. If we didn't have that sampler and we were waiting in those lines, I would not be a happy camper. Like, some of the lines... that was a cool shot. But some of the lines were pretty long. But,
and I will say, if you were going to buy a la carte, I'm sure you can purchase the sampler items in the sampler size. But if you were trying to buy, say, a margarita or another drink or anything like that, the regular size, they were pretty expensive.
They were
like $14, $15 per drink. So the sampler, even though it was smaller, we got a lot more different options to drink for probably the same price of having like 2 or 3 of the other drinks.
Yeah. Bottom line, try and come on a Thursday or Friday or Sunday. Try not to make it a Saturday, especially to Asheris's point, while school is still in because of all the field trips and everything. Second of all, buy the sampler. Third of all, try not to be impatient. I guess that's the best advice
your
from an
patient pants
impatient
on.
person I can give you.
I worked in amusement parks, the sister park of Busch Gardens Water Country, and I think the biggest thing that you're going to notice here is you're going to run into a lot of crowds. They're going to bottleneck in different areas. Just make sure you're being patient.
People stop in the middle of the walkways. You just got to be patient with them, right?
Yeah.
So it's not worth it to cause a fight or anything over being at Busch Gardens.
the team members here are going to try and help you as much as they can. Every single cast member we came in contact with today was extremely helpful, even if they didn't have the thing that we needed or if they were trying to direct us to certain things. They were very helpful. So even if you're having a rough day, make sure not to take it out on the cast members. Yeah. They're trying their best. Busch Gardens is a beautiful park. It's this busy and crowded for a reason because it is awesome.
Definitely super nice. Definitely a park we've been coming to our whole life. So
yep.
Wanted to start here, I guess. But that's our goodbye. We had fun.
It's our wrap on the Food and Wine.
Drive home.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Good night, everyone.
Such a lovely, wasted building. If anyone from Busch Gardens is ever watching this, please do something with this building. Please put Corkscrew Hill back, because we're all really annoyed that you took it out and that this is just sitting here blank and nasty and you only use it for haunted houses and Halloween.
Corkscrew Hill is awesome.
Yeah.
Put it back.
Thanks again for joining us today on our food and wine tour. We hope we've been informative, we hope we helped you out, and we hope that we see you at Busch Gardens this summer. For AMA Adventures, I'm Adam, and thanks everybody for coming.